Well, the snap poll that Tripp is carrying out at William and Mary is really an exciting new development. It allows us to find out in real time what academics think about big policy issues of the day. International relations theorists, comparative politics specialists, area specialists all get to weigh in. And I think it's exciting for the scholars, but it's really great too to bring scholarship in touch with the realities on the ground in a way to provide a kind of scientific test. You know, who's right and who's wrong, who can predict what's going to happen, who gets it completely off. And then, you know, it disciplines people too to think about what the consequences of these theories in academia might be for particular kinds of policy stances that the United States is taking around the world. Well, the poll has so many interesting findings, and there are some really big divisions, it turns out, among different groups of scholars. One of the ones that really jumped out at me was the big division between specialists on Eastern Europe versus specialists on Russia on the question of whether they would support NATO ground troops supporting the Ukrainian government if the Ukrainian government were to invite them in its conflict with Russia. And overall, only about 20% of scholars think that's a good idea. But it's up to about 44% for those who study Eastern Europe and below 20% for those who study Russia. It's about a 27% gap between the two. And that really shows you, it seems to me, that you got to hear from both sides. When you're polling scholars or talking to advisors, it makes a difference whether their focus is coming from countries in Central and Eastern Europe with their particular history of domination by the Soviet Union, or a specialist in Russia who may not be sympathizing with Putin, but may nevertheless be seeing some of the consequences of NATO intervention in Ukraine from a different perspective.